Hi, I'm Sarah Hill, and I'd encourage you to listen to the podcast with Kim Beasley, where we're talking about Healium, a VR and AR stress management tool that can quickly give you virtual peace.
Hi, this is Michelle Lowry, owner of Michelle V. Lowry Online Business Solutions. I give busy entrepreneurs more time. I offer email management, customer service, and administrative support to online service providers. If you'd like to learn more, visit me at my website, michellelowryva.com. I look forward to seeing you there. Have a great day.
I'm Kim Beasley, and I'm the host of Pamper My Business podcast, where you will learn tips, tools, and techniques that will give you the freedom to easily build your business brand online so that you can be seen and then sell to your target customers. I will be interviewing industry leaders and professionals who will share their knowledge and experience, which will help you brand your business online. Get ready to take notes and learn from Kim and her guests, because this is going to be a fun learning experience. Hi, everyone. This is Kim Beasley, your host for Pamper My Business podcast. I'm so excited. As usual, I always start out saying I'm excited. This time, I have someone I've been knowing for a few years that I'm interviewing today. Her name is Sarah Hill. Woo! And she's the StoryUP maker of Healium. You're going to find out all about it today. But just to kind of give you a heads up, it's virtual and augmented reality escapes for stress management powered by your wearables. Yes, stress management. I know as entrepreneurs, we experience stress from time to time. Listen in and learn how Healium, which is Sarah's company, is a 4-minute virtual peace in a box. I love that. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you very much. I'm so excited to talk with you and share more about Healium.
Awesome. Now, for those of you who don't know, Sarah and I got our start way back when Sarah was a newscaster for a local station in Columbia, Missouri, and she used to do Google Hangouts on air, and I was one of the people who would come in and hang out with her. We've actually met in person. And so we've been knowing each other over the years, and I wanted to kind of let you know, give you a little background to how we know each other. And now I'm going to start bugging and pestering Sarah so that I, too, can try out what we're going to talk about today. So, Sarah, tell me, how did your business get started?
Sure. So I was a busy television news anchor, lived by a police scanner for about 20 years, covered a lot of trauma. You know, as a journalist, you cover death, destruction, natural disasters. We interviewed parents who lost children, covered the aftermath of the tsunami, went to, other countries and saw awful human suffering. And that weighs on a person. To make a long story short, my health suffered. I suffered a series of panic attacks. I wasn't able to sleep, and I needed to get out of the media business to save my health. The good news is that the media business was a great people, great companies that I work for, but the media diet that I had chose to consume was not balanced in any way. And so that's what Healium is. It's a positive bit of virtual peace in your busy, hectic day with whatever it is that you're going through, that you can just be reminded that there are some beautiful things that happen into the world. And not only that, but you can see your feelings displayed inside these virtual or augmented reality experiences via your smartwatch or a brain sensing headband. You see them displayed, and you can actually control these environments with your feelings. So my business started with a problem that I had, and that was, wanting to get some more virtual peace. At about the same time that I left the television station, I started giving virtual tours to a group of aging and terminally ill veterans who weren't able to physically travel travel to see their memorials in Washington, D.C. So we were bringing them virtual tours via Google Glass. We also shot a virtual reality film, and we noticed that these media experiences appeared to be affecting their physiology. They weren't just watching these 360-degree experiences, they were feeling them. And so we decided to test how is this kind of media impacting heart rate and brain patterns. And we found that it was impacting them in a very profound way. And it was actually, in a couple published studies, was reducing their anxiety. And so that's when we started creating these Healium kits, which is essentially a virtual piece in a box, 4 minutes that you can be in beautiful landscapes all around you, even when you're not able to, go to the beach or float through a nebula in space. We can place you there, and you can see your feelings while you're inside those environments, something that historically inside your body you haven't been able to see.
The reason why I wanted my listeners to hear about this is because as an entrepreneur, I mentioned already that we experience stress, and stress in a way that not only affects our mind, it also affects our bodies. And stressing over money, stressing over your project, stressing over your team, if you have a team, all of these things are things that can be helped by Healium, if I'm understanding correctly. Can you explain how it helps someone who stresses or someone manage their stress level?
Sure. So stress is responsible for 60% of all illness and disease. Matter of fact, the majority of doctor visits are stress related. Stress manifests itself as headaches, and all kinds of physical manifestations in your body. Not to mention, it has an impact on your business. It increases turnover. It reduces productivity. It reduces creativity. It increases absenteeism and the number of sick days, which actually costs you money. In fact, according to the World Health Organization, stress is the 21st century epidemic, and it's a $300 billion people and profit killer. That's how much stress costs businesses each year. Healium reduces that by essentially downshifting your nervous system. So much like you might take a warm bath or a walk in a park, Healium is a virtual warm bath or a walk in a park. It's not any kind of replacement for psychotropic medication or anything like that, but it is a break for your brain, a break for your body, and a break for your mind. And for people who struggle with traditional forms of meditation, perhaps when you close your eyes and imagine a meadow, you see nothing, which is me. I'm not necessarily a close your eyes and meditate kind of person. When I close my eyes, I don't always see things like I'm supposed to see, because historically I haven't had that, well-connected mind-body connection. But what Healium does, it's visual meditation. So it's open your eyes and meditate. Open your eyes and become more self-aware of your surroundings. See those surroundings. And not only that, but see your biometric information via your heart rate or your brain patterns live streamed inside these picturesque landscapes to better understand how your physiology and the things that you think about in your mind, those thoughts that ruminate in your head, can impact your physiology. So, for instance, the fuel that you use to power Healium are your happy memories. A narrator tells our users to recall a happy memory, a time when you felt love, joy, or appreciation. That's different for every person. A lot of people think of their kids, and your kids don't necessarily make it go up because your kids, can bring you stress. You think they make you happy, and they do make you happy. But when it comes to brain patterns or heart rate, they can raise them or make them go a different way. So it's not necessarily your kids, your dog, or a time when people were applauding for you, when people were happy with you, when people were showing you gratitude, or you were showing love to someone else. But it encourages you to recall those happy memories, and that's the fuel that you use to propel the experience. And so via your wearables, we're using your body's electricity as a gas pedal of sorts. So you think those positive or happy thoughts, and the experience plays. you don't think those positive or happy thoughts, and the experience stops. And a voice comes in to try to help you recall a happy memory. So it's classic neurofeedback or biofeedback, just set inside virtual and augmented reality. So virtual reality inside the goggles is a completely closed environment. You see nothing but what's inside the goggles. So we can place you in a beach and you can look all the way around and feel like you're at a beach or in a forest or a meadow, anything like that. And augmented reality is we're taking 3D assets and bringing them into your world. So in the form of a butterfly, tulips, or the solar system. And with your wearables, you are able to control these things. So you're able to hatch butterflies out of this virtual chrysalis with your feelings of positivity. If your feelings go above this red threshold, then butterflies float out of this chrysalis, and they all have stories attached to it. I'm a storyteller, a story nerd. So this particular story about the butterflies is about metamorphosis and how change in human life takes time. And it's a guided meditation. It's the same thing with the solar system. If you lower your heart rate via the data that comes from your Apple Watch, then the solar system lights up, the planets light up, and they begin to float around you. So it's a reminder that our thoughts and feelings have power to control things, not only in the virtual world, but then in the real world as well. And if you don't have a wearable, you don't have a Muse meditation headband, or you don't have an Apple Watch, it's fine. You just click no, I'm not using that when you use Healium, and the experiences automatically play without them. And you're reminded to imagine that your thoughts were actually controlling the environment, as opposed to via the wearable, they actually are controlling the environment. So a variety of different use cases that you can use it for. But to boil it down, it's a few minutes of virtual peace. It's a warm bath. It's a walk in a park. It's a downshift for that nervous system.
You mentioned Apple, and of course, the first thing that came to mind to me was, do you have any plans for Android integration?
Yeah, so our app, Healium AR, is on Android. Okay. And so if you search in the Google Play Store, you'll find our augmented reality butterfly experience that you can download. We're also, Oculus Go, our headsets are built on Android. And so it's basically an Android phone that's baked inside these standalone headsets. But we're also on Oculus Go, which is a Facebook product. And you can, even without a mobile device, you can be inside these experiences. Also, too, Gear VR works with your Android phone. So a Samsung Galaxy S6, S7, S8, and on up, you're able to put it inside this virtual reality viewer, and then you can experience the Healium app. And it's Healium, like healing, but helium. So not necessarily the balloon helium, but Healium, helium.
Are you stuck when it comes to figuring out how to build your business brand online? Then check out Pamper My Business free training that helps you learn how to easily start building your business brand online. Just go to free.pampermybusiness.com. Remember, it's free. So as an entrepreneur yourself, what are some of the lessons that you've learned along the way in regards to growing your business?
A lot of lessons. Number one, that it takes the right people in order to be able to move your product forward. And that begins with the founder. And your family is your first founder. So before you even go out and find a co-founder or anything like that, your spouse, your mother, whoever you share your life with, you need to make sure that they're on board with what you're doing before you step out on your own. So, making sure that you have the right people in your path. Also, being highly mentored. I am a part of a bunch of different mentoring groups. Not only do I give my time as a mentor, but I am mentored myself. And these are the individuals who, before we had a board of directors, were our first board of directors. And so always make sure that you surround yourself with people who can, and a group of